Hi you guys, this is Diana, and from the title, this video is on dating or not dating post weight loss surgery. This has been a topic that's been on my mind for a long time, and I'm actually quite happy that other people have been talking about it, just to hear other people's opinion on it, other people's take on it, and I'm one of those people that learns through other people's experiences, and so just hearing other people's experiences and seeing how it does or does not relate to me and my own thoughts really helps. So I will link theirs below. And right now I'm trying to, okay, so I know that SJ in Saudi was one of the people whose videos on dating has really helped me. Just watching SJ's, what she's going through, her thoughts, her emotions on it, it has helped me. And the other person who has done videos, and she actually has a series on dating, and where she gives her advice and just pretty much shares with us everything that she's gone through, is Finding Elizabeth. I will also be posting her videos, linking her videos in the description box. I believe she has 5, if not 6 videos related to dating after weight loss. She's actually 2 years plus post weight loss surgery, and she has, it's great. I'm actually like looking on my phone right now, getting her stuff. See, there she is, Finding Elizabeth. You guys should really follow her if you haven't already. So she has she has 5 parts, and she has top 10 things she's learned about dating. So I will try to link those in the description box. Again, her handle, is that what it's called? I don't know. It's called Finding Elizabeth. Check it out. So with this video, it's just kind of giving you my experience on it, my thoughts. I have 0 notes, which is not like me. I usually have notes, but I wanted this to be as raw and honest as I could make it be. So if I go all over the place, I apologize. I apologize, but that's just how I think and process. So I guess I'll talk about dating and my experiences with dating before surgery. So like I mentioned before, my heaviest was, okay, so at my heaviest I was 320 plus. That was while I was in college. I didn't really date in college. I wasn't in college to date type of thing. That was my mentality. I was there to study, get a degree type of thing, and that's what I did. I'd go out with friends. I would have fun. Guys would come up to me. They'd buy me drinks. We'd dance. We'd have fun. But that's about it. No serious boyfriend in the 4 years that I was in college. Not even somebody that I would be like, okay, I'm like, not even that I would text, because then again, I didn't get a cell phone until like junior year of college, and it wasn't unlimited texting. But anyways, that just wasn't on my, it just wasn't on my life plan, my 4-year life plan while I was in college. After I graduated from college, I started working, and the first 2-3 years, all my time and energy went into my work and into being the best teacher that I could be, and going to trainings and just doing that type of thing, and reconnecting with my family back home, because I went to school in San Antonio and my family lives in Houston. So I just took that time to get to know everyone and rebuild those, not that we didn't have a relationship those 4 years that I was in college, but it's different when you're not home for 4 years. You only come home for like Christmas break and summer break type of thing. So that was that. And then after that, I guess after 3 or 4 years after graduating from college, I kind of started looking into dating, and that's when the whole internet dating craze started. And I joined eHarmony because it just seemed the safest type of thing, and it was actually kind of, I want to say, like one of the only ones that I knew about. And I didn't have much luck with eHarmony. the people who would contact me were either extremely old and, okay, and I say that, and I say extremely old in the sense that I was like 25 and the people who were like messaging me were like 50 plus. And I'm all about dating an older guy, but I mean, come on now. 25 years older than me was not something I was looking forward to. And pervs. So I think I did like a 6-month thing with them or something, and after that I stopped. And then, because I guess, like, in the back of my mind type of thing, thanks to like Hallmark movies and Disney and just all the romantic crap and the fact that I am a hopeful romantic, is that I just thought we'd meet somewhere. I'd meet my Prince Charming, you know, somewhere, some predestined place, and we'd fall in love and we'd look into each other's eyes and we'd just know what type of thing at some coffee shop or grocery store, some romantic place like that, or we'd just bump into each other and we'd help each other pick bar things and we'd fall in love. And it wasn't happening. So after living so many years waiting for that to happen, I tried internet dating. That didn't go. So then I figured, let's go back to my whole notion of Prince Charming is just going to fall from the sky type of thing. And I gave it another whirl for, I don't even know how much longer. And no Prince Charming came around. We didn't reach for the same apple and fall in love. None of that happened. So then I tried internet dating again. This time I tried eHarmony again and Match. I did eHarmony, I think for like a 3-month. I think that's their smallest membership thing. And it was the same thing again, older guys and pervs. Then I tried Match, and I really like Match. I went on a lot of first dates on Match. I matched up with some decent guys. But, you know, nothing really stuck. I actually went on a lot of first dates via Match, and if anything, all it taught me was what I did want and what I didn't want in a guy, both mentally, physically, humor-wise. So it was great in that part, was that I was able to not just think of a guy as a list type of thing, but really seeing compatibility, and none of those guys really worked. So then I think I got off of that. Fast forward, I got, like, once my membership kind of ended, I didn't renew it, and like, if I really think about it, I think it's because as much as I was wanting to have someone in my life, someone to share my life with, somebody to be there with me in the ups and downs, I wasn't ready to fall in love. And I guess that comes from the fact that my mom raised me as a single mom, so mom's been divorced twice. I've seen a lot of the females in my life go through a lot of bad relationships. And like I said, I'm one of those people that learns through other people. I don't need to fall and trip on my ass to learn to step over the branch type of thing. If I see the person fall on their ass, I will not follow their actions. And that, and the fear of getting hurt, the fear of falling in love with someone and them not loving me back. So I stopped dating for a while after that. Sorry, like, trying not to get emotional here, right? Such an emotional topic. So I went cold turkey, not looking for love or looking for anything like that, kind of working on myself, trying to work with my own issues of not trusting. At that point, my motto was, every guy's an asshole unless he proves himself otherwise. And I guess, and that's not like me with other people. I'm actually very trusting and open with people in real life. But when it came down to dating and dating guys, that was my mentality, is every guy is an asshole until he proves himself otherwise. And that was a wall. And I would say it half jokingly, but not joke at all. I kind of still feel that way, in the sense that I feel bad for the guy who falls in love with me, because he's going to have a lot of walls to climb over and break down, type of thing, just because as much as I would love to fall in love with someone, I'm so afraid of falling in love, of falling and not being able to get it back up if it doesn't work out, type of thing. So it's just been easier for me to not fall in love, to not allow myself to be open to that possibility. So after doing a lot of, just like I said, soul searching, I read the book, The 5 Love Languages, I believe it's called. I will link it in the description box, which talks about how the different ways that we show love and the different ways that we like to accept love. And after you read it, there's this little questionnaire that you answer the questions honestly about yourself and how you show love and how you like to receive love. And then at the end you do the math, and it tells you how you show love to others, how you express your love, and then how you like others to express their love towards you. And then you can reread those chapters and stuff like that to gain some better insight on yourself or your partner. So about 2 years ago, I guess, I went back on Match.com, because like I said, I didn't like eHarmony, and so I went back on Match.com, and I went on a couple more first dates, and I actually started talking to this one guy who on paper was perfect for me. He just checked off all the boxes except for one. And it's so funny because SJ mentioned that in her video, the butterflies. He didn't give me the butterflies. He made it quite clear that I gave him the butterflies, and we actually went out a whole lot longer than I've dated anyone. It was about a year. I actually told my family about him, because that's another thing. The guys that I would talk to, that I would go on dates with, I didn't tell my family about them, because to me, presenting them to my family is a big deal. In the Latino culture, if you present a guy to your family, it's a big deal, type of thing. And none of them to me were worth bringing home. And this guy, I never brought him home, but I at least mentioned him. My family knew of him. He had a name. It wasn't just some guy, type of thing. He was sweet. He was respectful. He was a gentleman. He had his finances in order. He had his life in order. He had a great relationship with his family. He was a good, solid Christian guy. I met his parents, but I just never got the butterflies. And I don't need some Disney romantic scene type of thing, but I need some romance. I am in love with love, type of thing is the best way that I can say it. And I didn't feel anything for him. I felt, I liked him as a person, but there were no butterflies. And he was probably the biggest guy I ever dated, and he wasn't huge guy, but he was a bigger guy. And I remember one day we were eating dinner together, and I was kind of criticizing, mentally I did not tell him this, right, but I was criticizing his meal choices. It was what was it? It was this chicken with some type of mushroom cheese sauce with fries, because he ordered fries instead of the mashed potatoes that came with it, and then he had about 3 refills of Dr. Pepper, and I was just and at this point at this point in my life, I was researching weight loss surgery, but I still wasn't sure of it. It was still some type of last resorts type of thing. But I was trying to lose weight. I was eating healthy, and I was just thinking, and he mentioned, he's like, I don't think I could ever give up fried food. I don't think I could ever give up his Dr. Pepper addiction. And he even called it that. He called it that. Like, I'm not labeling that. He labeled it that. And I just remember thinking, like, okay, he accepts me for my size, and he thinks I'm beautiful in my size, but I don't feel great in my size. I want to lose weight, but he has no want, need, or desire to do that for himself. And not that he needs to, but I'm sorry, you guys, but I'd kind of want my husband to be around for a while and not just like die of a heart attack or because he has diabetes. I mean, that's just not in my plan. Type of thing. You know, that's not what I foresee my life plan happening is, you know, I don't want a widow, you know, because of something that could be prevented, like eating healthier type of thing. And after much thinking and praying, I broke things off with him, because even though he was perfect on paper and he checked off all those boxes that I wanted, he just didn't give me the butterflies. I didn't look forward. Like, it wasn't like this, like an anticipation of like meeting up with him. And not only that, but I need somebody who's not emotionally constipated, and he was very much emotionally constipated. His family, and he mentioned it, you know, that he was raised to not share his feelings, and I'm all about sharing my feelings. And I need somebody who can like talk back to me about their feelings and not just be like, okay, to like everything that I'm saying. I need some type of conversation. So anyways, broke things off with him. And around that time, my Match membership was coming to an end. So I then heard of a website called Plenty of Fish. And it's a free website. You can become a member, but I don't see the point of becoming a member, being how you can do a lot of the same things without becoming a member, without paying for it. So I was on Plenty of Fish, and I talked to a lot of different guys on that website and went on a couple of first dates on it. And I thought it was great for what it's for, not having to pay type of thing. However, I got a lot of pervs. I got a lot of unwanted dick pics. Sorry, you guys, but you know, let's get with it. Some guys are just pervy, and they will send you pictures you do not want to see. And yeah, that would be the only thing about Plenty of Fish. Just there's a plenty of fish on that website, not quality of fish. There are some quality fish, because I did go out on a couple of first dates, and there were some decent guys. One of them, which I was talking to for about 3 months. And the thing with this guy is that he did give me the butterflies in my stomach, but he didn't check off a lot of boxes. And I was willing to look past it, because we're not all perfect. I know I'm not perfect, so I could expect some other not random, but you know, some other person to be perfect if I'm not perfect myself. So, you know, I'm willing to look past that, especially since he gives me butterflies, and he would say such sweet, kind things to me. And but, and there's the big but, he was what some people would consider a chubby chaser. And he didn't come out with it at the beginning. I didn't know this at the beginning, but right around November of last year, that's when December, that's when I knew I was getting weight loss surgery. I had made up my mind. Like, it was happening. It was just a matter of how and when. And I mentioned to him that, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. How do you feel about it? And at the beginning, he was like, oh, yeah, whatever, whatever makes you happy. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I guess he kind of, did his research on it without telling me. And he was this one time he was like, so how much weight do you actually plan on losing? And I was like, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it until I stop losing. At least go back to 180, and then we'll see from there if I think or want to lose any more or just stay there. And he was like, well, I don't think you should lose that much weight. I mean, I think he was very sweet, like I said, and he was a great ego boost. He was like, you look beautiful just the way that you are. I love the way that you look. I don't think you need to lose any weight, but if you were and you felt the need to, I don't think you should lose any more than like 50 pounds. And, and that's when I was like, well, he never came out and said, I like bigger girls, but in what he would say and how he would say it, I knew that was a thing. And that's, and I told him, I was like, well, it's not like I'm ever going to be a skinny girl. I'm never going to be a toothpick type of thing. I was like, he's like, no, but, and that actually, I guess he did say, I don't like, he didn't say he was a chubby chaser, but he did say he didn't like skinny girls. He said, he's like, that's not what I'm attracted to. I'm not attracted to skinny girls. And like, he was very encouraging to me, to working out. And he would ask me how many miles I did each day, and he would do that type of thing. But he was not for me having weight loss surgery. And that's when I was like, okay, then you're not for me. If you can't, if you love me or you like me, because I don't think he was in love with me, because it's not like I was in love with him type of thing, but I was like, if he doesn't like me for who I am, he likes me for my roles, then I like, hello, no. And so like I broke things off with him. And then like talking to other guys, I got so many guys messaging me like on the website, because you can send messages to each other. Let me go back to that. So on Plenty of Fish, you can see people's profiles, pictures, and you can message for free. So I would get a lot of messages from a lot of chubby chasers who only liked big girls. And I have never, I know I was overweight, and I know I'm still overweight, but I've never allowed my size to identify who I am. So the fact that somebody would only message me or only like me because I'm a big girl, because of the fat on me, just is not cool with me. So once I went to my first consultation with my doctor, with Dr. Labia, and I knew that I was having weight loss surgery, I canceled all of, I took down my profile. Oh, I was also on Christian Mingle. Not the greatest. Here's the reason why. Just putting it out there. I'm Christian. I identify as Christian. I was raised Catholic. I would still say that I'm a practicing Catholic-ish. But I'm very liberal. I vote on the liberal spectrum of things. Not to get all political and stuff, but I do. I live a very conservative life. I have conservative thoughts, conservative actions type of thing. However, I vote very liberal, because to each their own type of thing. But a lot of the people on Christian Mingle are very conservative, extremely conservative. I actually was talking to one guy who was great. He was funny. He was cute. We butted heads when it came to political stuff. And that's when I realized I could never date a Republican type of thing. And if you're a Republican, I love you. But we can be friends because I have Republican friends, don't get me wrong, and this isn't where the video is going. However, I just couldn't date someone who's Republican just because I would be trying to convince him and he would be trying to convince me type of thing. But I could have a very lively debate about it. Just not every day of my life type of thing. Okay, so going back to that. So I tried Christian Mingle, wasn't for me. If you're really conservative and you're Republican and you're really, go for it. Try that website. Wasn't for me. So I got off of Christian Mingle. I got off of, I had already been off a match. I got off of Plenty of Fish. Because I wanted to deal with myself and my issues. Sorry, you guys. With that. And I am now seeing that this video is at 26 minutes and I still haven't gotten to the point. So this is where I will end this video, and then I will also have a second part to this video. So stay tuned for part 2, you guys. Thank you for listening to me ramble thus far. Bye!